Hey everybody, how are you today? It's your old pal Boise with another daily sobriety vlog. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope your sobriety is going well. I hope you're having a great day. I had a day today already. Quite amusing. Before I get into it, let's do our stats, shall we? Today's Monday, May 18th. I have been sober for 14,293 days. 39 years, 1 month, 15 days, 469 months, 15 days. Feels pretty good. I was going to talk about relationships and how things change over the course of time, but things happen in life and things get rearranged and changed. I have a new doctor because I'm getting all new doctors because of my healthcare plan. Yay, America's healthcare plan. Oh, wow. It's the best there is. Yeah. Best for the insurance companies and the politicians who make money off it. Doctors are making less money. That's why they're moving to other insurance companies that are running things. Like, quick example, the CEO who took 3 shots in the back in New York City with United Healthcare is now in charge of Kelsey Siebold, and that's now gone right in the toilet. So as I turned 65 and got Medicare, yay, first thing they said was, you're out of here, we're not gonna take you. So now I'm getting a new doctor. So today I was on the run to get a new doctor, and I was gonna come back and get my methotrexate, which is a condition for arthritis you take. I had 10 pills a week. I'm down to 6. It looks like I might be able to get down to 3, and we'll monitor it from there. Trying to get my health back in the swing of things so I can finish strong in the fourth quarter, basically, is my goal. You assess things and you do things as you're becoming sober and reestablishing your living life again. And so I'm at on the frontage road, a mile from the doctor's office, at a red light, and I saw this guy in a truck just coming at me. I'm like, why are you going so effing fast? Oh, Christ. So I'm pounding on the brake lights, but of course he slams into me. So I got out of that and changed insurance cards, called the doctor. Office said what was happening. I was still on my way. They were trying to reschedule. I said no, because I've been 3 weeks without the medicine. I've been trying to get a doctor because of the thing they threw me out of in Kelsey Siebold, and I'm having a tough time getting around to it. And I had enough medicine at the time. Now I've been out for over 3 weeks. And I was scheduled for another month away, and then they said, hey, we have a cancellation. Give it to me. That was today, and then I got, bam, rear-ended. And that'll be another adventure with insurance companies. It'll be all his fault, but let's see what his insurance company does or does not do, because lately my feeling of insurance companies might be just like the one you're thinking of, your health care and insurance companies and their deductibles. But I may be alone. I doubt it. That's the one time I don't feel alone. Bitching about insurance companies, I turn around, there's a effing army behind me. Cheers. But it was something I did not expect. And I still wanted to complete going to see the doctor and get my medicine. I didn't want to fail at that. And it was quite stressful, to the point where I also don't drink Coke, soda. They call it Coke down here. Down here in the South, they call everything a Coke. I'll have a Coke. Yeah, make it orange. Yeah, I'll have a Coke. Make it grape. What? You want a grape soda? Oh, Coke. I want a Coke. Make it a Pepsi. Oh, power of advertising. Anyways, I was so upset. I got home, and in the refrigerator, Kim has a couple different sodas, and she likes to enjoy a soda. And there it was, Kroger's version of Dr. K, which is their version of Dr. Pepper, with, I think, cherry or cream soda flavored. 0 sugar. I took one of those and drank it like I got home and had a beer. I just thought that was kind of ironic. I was like, it was that same feeling, and like, I deserve one. And even though I don't drink that stuff anymore, beer or really sodas. If I'm gonna grab one, it's gonna be a soda before a beer. But see, that's the whole thing. When you get upset, you might just reach for that beer. You might, I'm trying to get to my doctor. I'm trying to start things anew. And this is what happens. F this shit. Who needs to be sober? You can talk yourself out of it pretty quickly. Did those thoughts go through my mind? Yes. Was I able to keep them at bay? Yes. I actually laughed at myself for feeling so weak about it after all these years. But it's a natural thing. You're nurturing the child inside of you, and you're trying to self-medicate the misery that you're feeling, and it seems natural and normal to do that. So sometimes people grab for a beer. You want to stop. In the words of Diana Ross and the Supremes, you want to stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Think it over. Yeah. You want to stop in the name of love, self-love, love of your family, love of your life, love of life, and the love of your life. If you have a love of your life, make sure you don't break her heart too, because now your heart works for two. So it's just something we have to do, and it's a self-check. It's a self-check on ourselves, and it's an honest check. You want to be as honest as you can be. Otherwise, you're pretty dishonest with your moves. Looks like my camera's jamming up. But you know what? I've had such a day today. I'm just going to sit down. It's not even noon yet, and I already feel like, wow. It's not even noon, and I feel like I've already been through the ringer. It's kind of weird. I feel a little stiff. Neck is sore. My back is sore. My hip. When I got hit, I couldn't find my phone. It flew off the holder. It was just really quite an experience. And the dude was like, "I'm sorry, man." I literally said, "What the fuck are you on, dude?" I was just working so hard. Just too tired. So we pulled over, the bank exchange stuff, and he was telling me that he was just tired and we didn't need the cops. And I said, "Well, you look fucked up." "Well, I got a breathalyzer we can take." I said, "Breathalyzer doesn't take care of cocaine." And his eyes went, "Yeah, I can see around the red rings. You're getting ready to crash. You're getting ready to coke crash, for Christ's sakes." I've been sober for 39 years. Shut the fuck up. Fucking coked. And his girl, he's not. And I said, "Why don't you let your girlfriend drive when your head's this far up your ass?" "I'm not his girlfriend, I'm his sister." "Well, then you should watch your brother and you should drive for him." "He's not on coke. It must be meth then." "Why would you say that?" "Well, honey, you're missing 4 teeth in your face right now. But don't get me wrong. It's a winning smile." "Yeah, I know, I can be cruel like that." And then she just went, "Yeah." But we exchanged the insurance information. His family owns a pizza parlor on Blackhawk, and they're going to go to their grandfather's and put everything in. I got all the information and the number of the car and everything, and his name and address. And it looks cosmetic, like plastic, but then he hit me hard, so the bumper is actually bent. It's amazing. There's like a little tiny metal bumper that's pretty reinforced in your car, and it got bent. Everything else is plastic around it, where it used to be actually a full-size bumper when I was a kid. So the impact is not so dispersed, but they have their reasons. So they're going to have to do a little bit of work on that car. It's still drivable. But it was a shock to my system. I actually got into the doctor's office and was able to get my medicine, get a new doctor. So that was great. I wanted to go through my history. So I got to do the Broadway musical of Boise's life of drugs and alcohol. And of course, I color it with a lot of humor. Yes. And in the end, the nurses and the doctors were actually excited and happy that I was there. And the doctor said, "You are now officially my favorite patient. Thank you so much for making me smile." And he's from India, and I know a lot about Indian culture and their music, so he was quite impressed with that. And I told him, I said, when I was a kid, it was hard. How did you know all this stuff? Through George Harrison from the Beatles. But even back then, you could only read what was in the magazines, or an occasional book, or a video or an interview, but you didn't see much of it. We didn't have the internet. We had to go to the library, so I learned the rest in the library. Now, I can famously say to people like I usually say when they say, "Ravi Shankar, I don't know who that is." Really? Well, Google that shit. It's right there in your hand. Get off Facebook or TikTok and just Google it, for God's sakes. All the information you need is in your hand right now. So why walk around with your dick in it? You know, just a thought. Just a thought. Just throwing it out there. Tossing it out there, as they say. Bit of a tosser he is. But, yeah. Sometimes you don't plan for things. Sometimes I would say that I was firm, strong, sarcastically rude, and pretty mean to these two people. And I did it deliberately because that way I could control the conversation and the situation. And that was that. And now we'll see what happens. You know, like I say, I do ride share, so I'll be laid up for a couple of days when they fix the car, because it isn't a matter of snapping this plastic back together. Again, is underneath there's more damage. And I can use the metaphor for my life. Underneath there was more damage. You're trying to fill that hole in your soul, and there's more damage in there too. You need to go see a psychiatrist and a psychologist. You need to go through therapy and get that out. And the only way you can do it is talk about it. But don't whisper about it. You got to go to a meeting. You got to talk to someone. You have to go to someone and let it out. If you're whispering it, you're just letting it out, eking it out. Just like I told you before, when I was locked up from the first 2 weeks in treatment, I cried myself to sleep every night, but it's like, I couldn't just let it all out because everyone knows I was crying. Well, that's the whole thing about whispering too, because I'm letting it out, but I don't want everyone to know. You're supposed to let everybody know. That's how it works in treatment, laddie. Let it out. Cheers. So here I am sitting here, just finishing my vlog, already reminiscing of the day, and it's just a little after 12. The day hasn't even barely begun yet. So there it is. It's actually, I was really upset, but now I'm looking at it like, okay, this can all be rearranged. Yeah, it's a few more balls to juggle, but you know, hey, I've been in this circus for 39 years straight. I was definitely in an idiot circus before that. Nothing but clowns, a clown circus. No lions, no tigers, no bears, no nothing. No cotton candy, no circus peanuts, no elephants, no monkeys, no lions, just clowns. Fucking clowns. And I was one of them too. I had the red nose. I was an idiot clown too. Just another clown, man. Oh, at the time we thought we were cutting edge. We thought we were cool. We thought we were the shiznick, as the kids used to say. We thought we were rock and roll stars. We were rebels. Woo-hoo. We were like Southern rock rebels all over the place. We're like Waylon and Willie, just outlaws. Nowadays, the kids want to be Cardi B or one of the other rappers around there. Same bullshit. It's just an illusion, and you just kid yourself. And you and your friends just pretend. You're not even saying it, but you just kind of pretend like you're superstars. We're rock stars. People on the outside are not so deep into it with you. They're still in there looking at you like you're an idiot. And people that you used to party with go, God, I can't even party with him or her anymore. What the F happened to them? So as you sink further and further into your hole, you find new so-called friends that aren't really your friends. And that's what happens. Sorry if I blew up your illusion. But if you already been through the situation, maybe you went through treatment and even failed and came back again, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's nothing different. And you don't want to go past the point of no return, which reminds me, Kansas, one of my favorite albums by them. The Point of No Return. You know what the amazing thing is? That I mentioned it before, but I was so high in 77 when this came out and party, and I just thought, oh, Point of No Return, cool. It's a ship going over the flat earth. Yeah, I love it, great. I got that concept, this is good. I'm smart. Never even looked at it, said the point of KNOW, the point of no return. I noticed it when I was sober, like 15 years later. It's like 1992, looking at the CD, and I went, oh, jeez, I didn't even notice. Look in the back, a list of songs, it's on the back too. So it was on the front and the back, and I never noticed it. Now, I'm dyslexic, and I miss some things, but sometimes when I was just high and stupid, I missed a lot of things. And the whole time I thought I was clever knowing what they meant by no return, and I missed the obvious, the real point, the real punch. I look back at it and I kind of laugh at myself now, but it does speak to how unfocused I was. And that was in the beginning of my I wouldn't even say I was an addict at the time. I would just say I was experimenting. But my experimentations led to like an old 1930s Boris Karloff movie. All of a sudden, I built my own Frankenstein. It's alive! And it'd be me, Miss Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Drunk. And life of the party that would just turn around and kill you and destroy your house. I was a real home wrecker. Not that I'd run off with your wife, but I'd break a coffee table when I passed out and landed on it, fall on a chair and break a leg. Not my leg, but the leg on your chair. Although your wife wished I would have broke my leg instead of the leg off her chair. And all I wanted in life was a leg up, and I kept breaking the legs. A bit ironic, wouldn't you say? And just like planes, trains, and automobiles, when John Candy almost kills him and Steve Martin when two semis drives in between us going the wrong way. And it's like, that was a close one. We can laugh about it now. A little too soon. I look back at some of my stupid shit, and it's like, yeah, I can laugh about it now. And I can laugh at myself. Because when I am laughing about it, I am laughing at myself, and I do get out of my way to make people know what kind of an idiot I was at that time. I can still be a potential idiot to this day, but it won't be drug-induced or alcohol-infusioned. It'll just be me being a dumbass. And I can still do that from time to time, too. I'm not immune to being a dumbass. I don't think any of us are, actually. And sometimes being a dumbass is your fear. Your fear of rejection. People think I'm a dumbass, nobody's gonna like me. My God, I only get another drink before I go to the party. You know, I was the kind of guy that if you had a party on Friday, I'd already be priming my pump by Thursday night, sometimes Wednesday. Just steady drinking through. So by the time I showed up, I would have never passed a breathalyzer. But you wouldn't have thought I was 3 shits to the wind quite yet. Boy, he's just an outgoing guy. He's really funny, and we're having a good time. He's kind of a fun guy. We're having a good time, yeah. Until I got worse, and then it was like, oh, shit, here he is. He did show up. Oh, man. Yeah. I remember one time I was at a party, and I woke up later, And it's in Minnesota, so it's like wintertime. There's like a bed full of coats, jackets, parkas. And I woke up in the middle of all this, like, what happened? I got up. He passed out. How long was I in there? Oh man, you've been in there for like 4 hours. God, no shit. Cocaine wore off and I was still drunk and I just passed out. And they said, when you crash on cocaine, you just literally crash. You know, I'm knocking on your door. You said you were going to be there. 25 minutes, you're not there. I know, I was tired. I fell asleep. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're that exhausted, huh? Cocaine crash. Anyways, I said, wow, 4 hours, what the hell? But I knew I had primed and was partying with coke and booze 2 days before this party, this garage party. And my buddy said, yeah, man, you were funny as hell. You were making us laugh. You were standing by the keg with your foot on the keg and you were making these jokes and everyone was laughing. And then it looked like someone just pulled all the bones out of your body and you just, we thought you died. We could see you were breathing. So we threw you in the bed and figured you'd sleep it off. Laughing at the time, but I was completely ashamed and embarrassed by my behavior. And even though I was in the middle of the party and center of attention, or the master of the ceremonies, whatever you want to call it, I turned out being just a fool that ended up embarrassing himself. And I feared rejection, and some people actually rejected me by joking and teasing me, which still hurt my feelings. And I realized I had done something stupid. So besides having problems of fixing that hole in my soul, it opened up a little more. And the weight of the bricks of life that I was trying to relieve myself from and get off my back, I suddenly found 3-4 more bricks on my back. And that next morning, the weight was heavier. And I immediately just got wasted the night before just to make sure I didn't feel it again. But then when I woke up the next day, it was still there. And it's always there. You have to work on yourself. Later on in treatment, I talked about that in detail. Not so much the kegger, but how I felt, how I perceived myself before, during, and then pass out, black out, and then afterwards, and still continue to party. So there you go. Your life changes abruptly, and you don't expect it. Just like that rear-ending car accident today I experienced. You know, I have some gay friends that look forward to going out and having a rear ending, but I don't think this is what we're talking about, right? Say no more, say no more. So anyways, today, Monday, May 18th, 14,293 days sober. 39 years, 1 month, 15 days, 469 months, and 15 days. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Better than that accident did, I'll tell you that much. But if I was using, I might have gone out and got drunk. Can you believe this? Because even like when I went to grab that soda, that was my idea of grabbing a beer. It was kind of like that. And I would have got home and had a couple of beers and went, I'm going to go out and go see some friends. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe this happened to me. Poor little bastard, huh? But that's what we do. But anyways, thank you for coming along and saying hello and dropping in on the daily sobriety vlog. I do appreciate that. I truly do. Help us out with Venmo, Cash App, buy me a coffee, ding, 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 chime, Patreon. People, thank you to help us with our outreach program. It means a lot. And your time is very valuable. Thank you for spending it with me. I do appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart to the top of my soul, thank you very much. I see you out there. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment with some of the people. Find some more people down below that have been as sober as long as you, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. There's a lot of people in there. That's our community. That's our people. Some of those people are your family, literal blood family. Some are people you worked with, you knew, and you went to school with. Family in the village. You're part of the village. takes a village to raise a child. Everyone has a role. You have a role. And every village has an idiot, but we have plenty of those. Don't sign up for that one. We're all full. We don't need any more idiots. Be kind to yourself. In the words of Ringo, who's right up there? You see him right there? Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. Let's get a better shot of Ringo at Abbey Road. There we go. And you also got Frank here. That's nice. And of course, cats. Oh, there's Buddha in the background, chilling under a circular fan. Buddha keeping himself cool. But thank you. And like I say, Ringo says, peace and love, peace and love. I send peace and love to you as well. And I will see you on the next daily video, sobriety video vlog. Thank you. Love you. Bye.